Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here, so probably looking a little crusty today. I'm just going to wing this one because I've been really busy lately. I mean, I've always been busy, but lately it's been exponentially busier for reasons that maybe some of you already know because you've, been following the channel for the last few months. You kind of know what's going on with me. But Survival Lily made a video recently, and I thought I would touch on it, and not to ride on her coattails or anything. Oftentimes as YouTubers, one of us will do a video, and somebody else will do another video as a response, or something like that. It's not because I'm running out of ideas. I know every time I, put out a video which does not stem from my own creation or something I didn't just come up with myself, all the trolls come out of the woodwork, all the haters just waiting for you to fall off so they can sit there and say I told you so. But that's not the case. I got like 6 or 7 videos in queue that I'm always kind of working on, so have no fear, the channel's not going anywhere. It's just things right now are a little bit delayed because I'm also working on these bug out roll bundles, which are going to be coming out right away. Anyways, enough with the chaff. Let's get to the wheat. So Survival Lily made a video recently. I think it was called, let me see what it's called here. Is it still worth it to be a YouTuber? One thing I like about Survival Lily, and I'm not trying to blow smoke up her butt here or anything like that, it's that she is probably one of the most honest YouTubers, I think, out there. Chris Tanner's another one who's, really what you see is what you get. And what I mean by that is there's no real polished production. I mean, there is polished production, but just trust me, she's probably one of the more honest people out there for reasons I don't need to go into all the details. Just take my word for it. If there was an apocalypse, I would want her to be on my team. So she made a video and she was talking about how, is it worth it to be a YouTuber? And I think you could probably watch her video and get everything you need to know about it. But I'll just add my 2 cents on the issue. So my path was one of, I entered this as never expected the channel to blow up like it has. It was such a slow, gradual evolution over the last 4 years that I never expected it to be where it was at, to a point where it was marginally profitable. But today it is marginally profitable. It's nothing I can quit my day job for. But, if I'm posting consistently and I'm posting high quality videos that people are receptive to, then, it's better than worse, but not that good either. YouTube nowadays is the farthest thing from easy. For some people, they get pretty lucky with it. And for whatever reason, their channel is favored by the algorithm and their channel just takes off after a few videos. And if you're lucky enough to do that, which is very much a possibility, for anybody who is thinking about starting a YouTube channel, all it takes is one little roll of the dice in the algorithm, and it really is a lottery. It's very much a lottery because there's something like 100 hours of content uploaded every minute. So in order for yours to stand out and be broadcast to the world, which really comes down to what YouTube is going to promote in the sidebar, on the homepage, all the rest, it really has to trigger something within the quote-unquote algorithm in order for that to actually happen. And that can happen for anybody. There's always a room. I've heard it said that by one of the YouTube guys I listen to, one of the YouTube experts, gurus, that, when something becomes very saturated, that's the best time to make a channel and to actually, jump in and bring something new to the table, because saturation implies a lack of originality. So if you can, do something in that genre which is very original and which stands out from all the rest, then yeah, your channel's going to blow. And of course, entertainment is the biggest thing. So channels that tend to be more entertaining as opposed to infotainment based tend to do better. Controversial channels tend to also do better. So it's kind of an extreme. There's opposites. Like if you can go to a channel which is very politically charged, is talking about a lot of strong topics, strong ideas, and they'll have a very, distinct cult following, which keeps them high up in the algorithm's favor, those channels will do good. Contemporary events channels, news channels tend to do good. unless you fall out of favor with the algorithm, which can happen. And the reason why I just call it the algorithm now is because that's just what I'm calling it. I know I still suspect that there probably is, A grade, B grade, C grade stuff. To really understand how YouTube works, it's very complicated. You have to go and watch a lot of these YouTube experts because they break it down for you piece by piece. Like, for instance, if you put out a video which catches, and let's say it gets a lot of attention, well, your subsequent videos will also be riding on the coattails of that, so they might get a slight boost as well. So that's why YouTube encourages you, if you put out a very good video, that one that people enjoy and they're receptive to, and the watch time is far into the video, then you should follow that up with a double whammy with as good a video in order to kind of keep that trend going. And that's what happens, where some people's channels will just start to explode because they'll be broadcast everywhere. Now, one thing that I would suggest you do, if you really want to have a popular channel on YouTube, which is not something I ever necessarily aspired to, I do, but I want that for the right reasons. I want it because my content has substance. I want it because people are getting something, people are actually inspired and learning from this channel, that they're not just sitting here wasting a bunch of time, which, it's not easy to do all the jump cuts. I can come on this side of the screen and that side of the screen and dice it all up and make it all flashy and then zoom in my face and zoom out and put all these effects on it. And all of a sudden people are excited by that because we live in the ADHD society. And that's really all there is to it. A lot of YouTubers, they'll make really basic kind of content with really situational humor, which isn't really that funny if there was no edits in it. It's the edits. And even like Philip DeFranco, how there's basically no break in his speaking, you'll notice. It's just one sentence right after the other, and all of the ums and ahs are chopped out. I guarantee you, for each 10-minute video Philip DeFranco makes, it's probably 2 hours of, him saying the same sentence over and over again until it sounds perfectly right, and then cutting out all the bad takes and then splicing it all together. Once you've done this for a while, you start to know how it works. Even with some of the videos that I narrate, it's not just like I'm rattling all that off in one go. There's a lot of refining there's a lot of, see, here we go right here. See, this is what I'm talking about. So I'm going to actually leave this in just so you guys can understand what really happens behind the scenes. But there's a lot of refining of the material or restating of the material until you get the perfect delivery, and then you keep that take. But that's the nature of entertainment nowadays. And unfortunately, it's not always as raw and authentic as some of us would like, for us who are seeking that. But the reason why channels like PewDiePie do well, PewDiePie, I'll give him one thing, is that he's staying true to his roots. He didn't upgrade to some fancy studio or anything like that. He's still making the videos in what appears to be, a basement somewhere. And he's not living, in some mansion somewhere. And that's why he continues to do so well, is because he hasn't forgotten what's made him great. And I think when we get to making stuff that's too polished, it starts to come off as TV. Everybody came to YouTube to escape the monotony of the prefabricated, the laugh tracks and all the rest that they use in television, just a run-of-the-mill entertainment, which is so predictable and so cliche. People wanted something real. That's when the whole birth of this reality TV and sort of YouTube spun off of that, because YouTube really was, reality. And even now with the kids watching other kids play games, or the voyeuristic aspect of watching people react to things, that seems to be really popular. I'm not really sure why, the psychology of why that's popular yet, but it's a very popular thing. So there's a lot of room if you are going to be a YouTube creator. But just remember, it's a roll of the dice and nothing is guaranteed. You can be a person like Praxis Prepper who makes high quality videos, like probably some videos I would say would rival a lot of big YouTubers. You can be consistently making high production videos with great content, witty content, and stuff with it which is also very authentic and raw at the same time, and never be picked up. but you know what? That one video is going to hit someday. Sometimes it's going to be a video about, you know, you talking about toilet paper. That was the case with me. You know, I had a video which I just whipped up one night. You know, I wasn't even thinking about it. I'm like, oh, it's probably going to get, you know, a few thousand views. Put it up there, and then my phone just started blowing up. And this video was going viral. And I tell you, when a video goes viral, man, is that ever a rush. It's something you can't really explain. It almost kind of is like winning the lottery, because especially when you've done this for so long and you've never had that happen before, to have a video just blow up like that, wow, it's just, and you just see the numbers going up and up. It's like, holy cow. It's like, is this really paying off? And then, of course, the next video you put out, you know, right back to kind of where you started, because it's something about the algorithm. YouTube picks and chooses what they want to fire off. So you never know what's going to hit. And your personality might be really good for this. You know, you got to give it a shot. You got to test the waters. What do you have to lose? So if you're thinking about making a YouTube channel, do it. There's always ideas. But don't expect that you're going to become an overnight success. Don't expect that you're going to leave your career because of it. And don't expect that it's going to be easy, because it's a lot of hard work. Going out and shooting those videos, like the video I did with me and Marshall going fishing, 6,000 views. And that video took a lot of work to make. Like just the editing. If you go back, you count the amount of camera angles in that, there's probably about 100 different scenes and camera angles that were taken. So it's a lot of work, guys. And then when you're out there in the field also, that's why I always give props when I see people like Joe Robinet out there, or, you know, Survival Lily out there doing their thing. What I'm seeing as a YouTuber is I'm seeing them going and setting up the camera, doing the thing, and then going pressing stop on the camera because you don't want the batteries to die. And then, oh, the rain's coming out, so you got to make sure the cameras are protected. So we're going to get this shot from this angle. We're going to change the camera here, you know, and just to kind of bring that person into what you're doing. And, you know, to do it at night also. It's so pay attention to that stuff. Pay attention at where the camera is and what's going on, because that's the person had to go and put it there. And like with the monowalker videos I did, you see me walking, you know, there's not some magical camera fairy that's setting itself up every 100 yards. You know, I have to go set up the camera, put the monowalker on, walk towards the camera. You know, it's kind of deceptive in a way, but it's the only way you can really show these things happening in a natural way, unless you have another camera person. So I could sit here and ramble on about how hard my job is, but I'm not going to do that because I chose the job. You know, it's really not that hard when you think about it. It's easy, but it's only as easy as you make it. There's some people who grind harder than others. There's some people who put out a video every week. There's some people who put out a video every day. Wrangle Star, I know I've went after him for doing the Silky sauce things, but I give that guy mad respect for the amount of videos he puts out and the quality of the videos that he puts out and the originality of some of the ideas that he has. Like, I mean, he's second to none, which is why he's so popular in that area. Don't agree with everything he says, especially about Silky sauce. I got another video coming up about that where I debunk that even more. But I got to give the guy mad respect. And that's just the thing. You know, you might see us arguing, debating and stuff, but at the end of the day, you know, we're all like-minded in the sense that we all care about preparedness, whether we're homesteaders, survivalists, preppers, bushcrafters, etc. Last thing I want to say is that when I first started this channel, my content was a little bit more raw. I wasn't as conscientious about what I was saying. I didn't always second guess myself to say, oh, is this going to be demonetized and all the rest. But when I think about it, a lot of the stuff that I'm not saying it's stuff which probably would just trigger people fanatically and emotionally anyways. That element has been extracted, but the core is still there. And I still think that today, more than ever, I'm making better videos than I did when I first started. If you go back, you watch some of my first videos, it's just me talking naturally. And a lot of people enjoy that. But I don't think that I had my best ideas. I don't think that my ideas were as refined. My knowledge of certain things certainly isn't as broad as it is today. So this isn't hard for me to do. I have so many video ideas that I'll just probably never get time to do. And in my mind anyways, they're all top-notch ideas. So we'll see how things go in the next little while here. If life kind of balances out, then I'll start getting back to the video every 2-day thing. But for the next month or so, it's probably going to be a couple of videos a week at the most. But you know, there's the odd time where I'll just rattle off four videos in a week. So it's hard to say. Like a video like this, it's not hard because I just go and I talk. I edit out all the ums and ahs at the end, and then I fire it off. It's a one-night process, but it's still a many-hour process, right? So I've done numerous videos on YouTube before in the past. I just wanted to follow up with Survival Lillys video there. Go check her out. Excellent channel. Like I say, one of the most honest people here on YouTube. So go show your support. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you soon. Canadian Prepper out.